Ask not what we all be can do for you. Ask what you can do for we all be.
The list of heroes during Freedom Summer alone. Each activist deserves recognition for their part in the events that changed Mississippi and the nation. We know the sacrifices made for the cause.
So now we want to recognize the committees that were so critical to that 1964 Freedom Summer.
I want to begin by recognizing Dave Dennis.
Right on.
And I want to say that because as a young boy in San Francisco, I vicariously lived my life through men and women like Dave Dennis, Diane Nash, Julian Vaughn, Bob Moses. And to have the opportunity to meet Dave in 1999 when we were shooting Freedom Song in North Carolina was one of the great moments in my life. The opportunity to now enter his world and to become part of his world with Bob and the Algebra Project and Young People and Omo and Maisha, Young People's Project, and to talk about quality education as a civil rights. In some sense, it's translated another step in my own growth as I followed in the steps of men and women who I had so preciously held so close to me in those dark moments in Mississippi in 1964. So I want to especially introduce my friend, my brother, Dave Dennis.
Good evening. We've had a great week. And I said week is because the Youth Congress began on Monday. And we have to give special thanks to a crew of people like Copeland Cox and Karen Spellman, Cynthia Palmer, Wendy and others who worked together so hard to bring this together and make this such a perfect event for us. Let's give them a big round of applause. And then that makes us Derek, the NAACP, and of course the people from Tougaloo. This has really been fantastic. I've been supposed to hear, talk about, introduce and speak about the summer workers, the staff and volunteers. But before I do that, I would like to give some attention to the factors and recognize some other people who really made this possible. And those are the people who are not here, those who cannot be here, and also the people who house the volunteers, the people who really laid the groundwork. You see, when we came to Mississippi, we didn't start a movement, we became a part of a movement. The people of Mississippi were already moving. What they did is protected us, housed us, and gave us the space that we needed to be able to move forward and make it visible to the world and this country what was really going on here is. There's the Amsey Moores and the Steptoes and the C.C. Bryants and Fannie Lou Hamers, the Aaron Henrys, those people, the Namers and all of those, I can't name them all, but they're the ones who really had paved the way for us to do what we did. And I want us to give a big applause for them because they are in the house. and the staff. Bob Moses, family. I have my own family, but that's my extended family. I first met Bob in February of 1962, and the second meeting was in March, and 2 months later, I was in Mississippi. He's been one of my guiding lights, and his family has been another extension of me and my family. And I appreciate that, Bob, and thank you for being here and helping and open the door to make it possible for what we did also and the connection we made in the state. We've been criticized. Some people raised the question is why we brought the volunteers in. Was that good, bad? That's still debatable. But they did a great job. Julian and others have done a great job in talking about what they've done, the sacrifice they've made, and really and truly is you really don't know, understand. I mean, today is when people go to war, they tell us they shouldn't be in that type of situation for more than 6 months or so. But we have some veterans here, Hollis Watkins, MacArthur Cotton, Jesse Harris, just to name a few, Vesta Simpson. They never left here. They dug it in here, dug in, fought, still fighting. Let's give them all the applause. One of the things is that we have to be careful of. What this movement was about in Mississippi was about the people. When Bob Moses talked about we the people, it was a model of we the people. We had COFO, where we brought together all of the organizations in the state. But not only that is, but COFO was not started by us. So COFO was started by local people in 1961. And it grew in 1962 to include all of the others and the people who came into the state. It was a local effort. And it was sort of an umbrella where we all could work together as one. It wasn't about CORE, it wasn't about NAACP, it wasn't just about stake and stuff. It was COFO, freedom fighters. That's who we were. And we cannot allow this country of the media to minimize us. Because what this country is afraid of is that mass movement. This country is afraid of is the people working together to make change. And we have to demonstrate to them is that this is what this is all about. This is what COFO is all about. And this is what Freedom Summer is all about. People coming together, challenging a country that was treating people the way they were treated. It was about the people. We, as Bob put it, we the people. But now I would like to do what I'm supposed to do. And try to recognize the people. We don't have lights. And I know we're going to make this short, but I've got to do this. You hear about freedom fighters, volunteers, and staff. For you who've never met them, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to ask them. They don't like to do this. Because most of the workers for the organization, Freedom Summer, they don't like to be exposed. They play in the background. They like when they, in low country, we call them no-see-em bugs, you know? They're little white things, some people call them gnats. They come around, they bite you, you know they're there and everything. You wake up in the morning, you know they've been there, but you didn't see them. All right?
Yeah, that's right.
This is what these people are about. Someone asked, with the staff members who are here during Freedom Summer, just come on up, take your time and walk up here. I want the people to see, because we want to put faces on these people so you can see and know who they are. Come on, let the people see you. Let the people see you. Let the people see you. Come on up. while they come up where you can look at them and see them. The fight is not over. We came together this week in order to commemorate what happened in the past, to take a look at what's happening in the present, and to try to decide on what we're going to do about the future. This country has changed some, but not that much. Mississippi has the most black elected officials than any other state in the United States of America. But at the same time is with the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to the education of our children, when it comes to welfare of our people. Something is wrong with that picture. Across this country we have black mayors, we have black city councilmen. Cities are going bankrupt, not because they're poor leaders, but because somewhere in the power structure takes away the money from the cities so they can fail. All right? Something is wrong with that picture. We have a black president at the same time. Some of the worst legislation and policies around education of our children out here. Something is wrong with that picture. So when we leave here, we have to say, no more. No more. We're going home. Go back to our cities and do what we have to do. Organize, change. This is what this is all about. We can't do this. We lost 19 people. To come here and talk about it, laugh and talk about it, but not go back home and say, we're going to take something out of here. Look at these people. Let's go home. Meet with our people. Share. Talk, discuss. Organize. We have to change it. Something is wrong. It's not just enough to become registered voters. We've got to figure out how to use that power to make change. We shall not be moved by the water. We shall not be moved. All discrimination, it must be removed. All discrimination, we shall not be moved just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. All discrimination, it must be removed. All discrimination.